Hi everyone, it's Carrie, and today I have a fun project showing you how to color your own glimmer paste. I'm going to be using these products from Pretty Pink Posh and the Hedgehog Hollow that came in the December Hedgehog Hollow kit. This stencil is a beautiful firework stencil, and I knew I wanted to use it right away. So I'm going to put the tape on the back of the stencil. I'm using some Nina Solar White 80-pound paper here. And I'm just going to tape it onto the back of the stencil so I can move it around when I need to. And that way it will stay put on the paper. And here I have some Nouveau Glimmer Paste. And this is in Moonstone. I only have this one color. But did you know that you can color it yourself, whatever color you want? This is the Distress ink in the color Peacock Feathers. And you'll see that I've got to open it. It's a brand new bottle for me. And I don't want to waste any of that glimmer paste that's on the lid there on the top of the package. And so I'm going to take that and carefully put it onto the ink. And you can see already right at the beginning it starts to change colors. It's really kind of magical. So there's a beautiful turquoise color. And I'm also going to use one of my other favorite colors. And this is Mowed Lawn. So I'll put the Mowed Lawn right here, right beneath that color, and also put some glimmer paste on that. Now when you're changing between colors, you want to make sure you wipe off your palette knife so that it's completely clean. You don't want to get any of that in your jar or mix the colors. So every time I change colors or I get more of that out of the jar, I will wipe off my palette knife using a baby wipe or a paper towel or something. So here you can see that the color is becoming very vibrant. You can make this as dark or as light as you want. Just keep in mind that when you put it on your project, it will be a little bit lighter. So if you want it to be darker, just add a little more color and keep adding the color until you get the color that you're looking for. I think this is going to be beautiful right here for what I have in mind, and I'm just going to mix up this green here as well. Look at how pretty that color is. This has glitter in it also. It's hard to tell on this video, but it is a very glittery paste, and so when you mix it with color, it becomes a glittery, beautiful turquoise or green or whatever color you're using. So my idea was to have the fireworks in the center be green and then go out to the blue or the turquoise, and then even go out further to be the moonstone color. But you'll see that I got a little carried away here. And so I ended up using the green for the center, and then I did the blue all the rest of the way out. And all you have to do is just put that on in the spots that you want it and make sure that it covers the entire stencil. So what I mean by that is that you won't have breaks in your glimmer paste when you take that stencil off. So I'm really careful. You'll see I've sped this up just a little bit, but I'm really careful to make sure that I get all of the lines and all of the stars on the ends of those fireworks, that there won't be a break. So when I take this stencil off, it's a complete picture. So see how I went out further? You're going to see pretty soon that I run out of that turquoise color. And I have to make a little bit more, but that's okay. It's a fun little project to do, and I wasn't quite sure how much I would need at the beginning anyway. So it's easy enough just to put down a little more color, wipe off the palette brush before you add that glimmer paste, and then mix up a little bit more. So here I go, just adding a little more here, and hopefully this is going to last me through the end of the project. The theme of this December box of the Hedgehog Hollow is New Year's. Happy New Year. So I originally was planning on doing some different colors, but it turned into this bright, fun green and blue firework card, which is fine because there's plenty of other ideas for making more cards with this kit. In fact, you'll see some other ideas that I have soon. I'm going to share some with those sequins that came in the box too. And if you haven't seen what's in the box, check out my blog because I do have an unveiling video with all the products. So we're just about finished here with this beautiful fireworks stencil. And I'm just making sure I got all of those little bits covered. And I'm going to remove that, and look at how fun that is. Now I went and washed my stencil and my palette brush and my work surface really quickly because it does dry, and it makes it very difficult to get clean if you wait too long. Now I like to go around the sides and make sure that there's none over the sides, so I just take my finger and wipe that clean. Now I'm going to just stamp a few of these images that came on the Pretty Pink Posh stamp set, and I didn't know which images I was going to use at the time, so I just stamped quite a few. I selected all of the hats and those noisemakers, and I'm going to just stamp all of those and see what happens when we put this card together. Sometimes my card making turns into a little surprise. I think I have a design in mind, and then it turns into something else. It kind of morphs. It takes on a life of its own. So that's kind of a fun surprise for me when I'm making cards too. So that's why I stamped quite a few here. And I'm not going to show you the coloring, but I did want to show you how I selected my Copic markers so that it would match my background here. So I'll take my Copic chart with all the colors that I have, and I just match it up to pick out some greens there. You can see I have 3 greens, and pick out also some blues to match. So that's how I choose my colors, and through the magic of editing, here they are all colored up. And now I'm going to attach that Happy New Year that I cut with the mirror cardstock that came in the kit, the silver mirror, and I'm going to put it onto some black cardstock so that it has a little bit of a shadow there. I have a strip of vellum that's about 2 3/4 inches, and I'm going to fold that around the back and tape it. The vellum is to just kind of soften the fireworks a little bit, so when I put the sentiment on, it still is visible, and it just makes it come together there. And you'll see that I've put this on temporarily for a moment so that I can attach the words Happy New Year. The H is separate from the rest of the word happy, so you can kind of nestle that A right into the H. It's really beautiful. So I'm just using some Nouveau liquid adhesive. This is my favorite adhesive right now. My favorite liquid, I should say, liquid adhesive. And just putting a few dots on the back. And I like to put an acrylic block on top to just get that settled in until it dries. Now I'll take some 3M foam tape, and I'm going to pop up the top hat here, the larger top hat. And then I'm also going to take the larger party hat and attach that also with 3M foam tape right next to the top hat. Now, doesn't this look like a party ready to happen? Such a happy card. So now I decided that once I had this part attached, the vellum was coming up just a little bit in the center there. You can kind of see that I pushed it down. So I'm going to untape one of the sides very carefully and add some dots to behind the words there. I don't want it to show through the vellum, so I'm adding just the tiniest dots here and there so that it'll be hidden behind the shadow. When I have that done, I'll go ahead and push that down, tape it on the back again, and put a acrylic block over the top. And there you go, voila. We're ready to attach this to the card base. So I'll take that same liquid adhesive and put a generous amount on so that it completely will stay on this card. It is a little bit heavier with that glimmer paste, but it stayed beautifully. And I'm just going to set that aside to dry. And there we have our finished card. Such an exciting card. Now, to see more videos that you might appreciate, I've got a few up on the screen for you. And thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. For more information, visit my blog, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.